Do you need a tiger tail for your handheld CB radio? The short answer is yes. And it's yes if you care about improving your transmission. Those handheld radios come with a stock rubber duck antenna. This is almost useless. And a lot of people upgrade to this one. It's a telescopic antenna. It's just about anywhere on Amazon. You will find it in tens of sellers. It extends to 1.35 meters, if I measured it correctly. And it has a couple segments, the radiator at the top, the ground at the bottom. There is no continuity between the two of them if you test them. This in particular has an SMA connector because my Ocean KGR70 has an SMA male connector here. Now, if we look at the components here, you will see this big outer ring is the ground. There is no continuity between the ground here and the screws of the belt clip. In some handheld radios, this is the case. Now, on the KGR70, you will find that there is continuity with a small screw that is just behind the plate of the belt clip. But this is so small that it's nearly useless. So what we are going to do is the typical tiger tail that uses a clamp. So to do that, for the CB 11 meter, 27 megahertz band, we need only a couple things. We need 2.75 meters of electric cable. In this case, I have typical copper braided cable, 2.70 meters, 75 meters of that, 2.75. What I did was stripping the first 5 centimeters, and you will need a clamp. Now, this is overkill. This is the clamp of a jump cable, basically, and you don't need something that big. You need something that is able to bite your antenna. So what you're going to do, if you go with the jumper cable like I did, you will just thread your one end of your cable through the plastic or the rubber support, thread, make some loops here to attach it to the metallic part, maybe use a zip tie to secure the connection. Don't use tape, it gets gunky, it gets disgusting, but also don't leave it freely like I did, because some tugging a few times will pull it out. And then when you want to use it, the simple thing you will do is just bite the ground of your antenna. So this is going to create a counterpoise. Now, one important detail is how are you going to let this cable run? Ideally, you will let it dangle vertically, but unless you are a giant, you will not have the possibility to let 2.75 meters dangle. So what you can do is let it dangle as much as possible, and you can let it rest, let some part of it rest on a, I don't know, a wooden table, a tree, some surface that is not concrete. I guess also metal doesn't play that well. Now, what is the advantage of using a tiger tail like that? The big advantage is in transmission. Can I quantify the gain on, especially on this Ocean KGR70? Well, not really. But in my experiments, I used a few hotspots around here. In the Czech Republic, we have a network of hotspots that basically receive your signal and retransmit it through the internet to other hotspots. And there is a dashboard online that shows when someone is transmitting, sending basically their voice to those hotspots. So I can know for sure if my signal is getting through. And from my place, if I just use the antenna fully extended, no obstruction or anything, I cannot hit the closest hotspot. It's just 7 kilometers away, but there are a couple hills in between, and there are trees, there are cables, like electric cables and all sorts of things. But as soon as I use the tiger tail, my signal gets through, and I'm even able to wake up the hotspot if it's sleeping. Now, a bit more extreme, on the direction of Prague, there are another couple hotspots that are more than 20 kilometers away, and none of them are in line of sight. Again, there are forests in between, there are hills. They are not it's not an extreme obstruction, but definitely it's not a clean line of sight. And with the Tiger Tail, I'm able to hit those hotspots. So it does make a difference. I don't know yet how to fine tune the length of the cable. I tried to measure the SWR, but because it's a handheld device, I have to put like 3-4 adapters for every end. So I'm not sure that the reads are reliable, but definitely the results are clear. The Tiger Tail does make a difference. So again, you need 2.75 meters of electric cable, a clamp, and you're good to go.